Good morning, everybody, from my jungle paradise in Mexico. It's Heather Nichols, and I wanted to talk today about something that a conversation we've been having in Access Consciousness recently, which is about the pressure to push against. What is that? What is the pressure to push against? Well, it's actually what most of us use in the world to create kind of everything. And so many of us have the point of view that, or the assumption, like the presumed reality, the presumptive reality, that in order to get something to occur, there's pressure required that we have to use on ourselves and on the world around us to push against something to make it happen. When we do that, we're creating from a space of force. We're creating from a space of artificial intensity. We are creating from a space of defense and oftentimes proving. And these are all energies that so many of us, I would say most people in the world in some way, use to function in a world that has been quite invalidating to so many of us. The world does not facilitate ease in terms of just like how it's set up, if you've ever tried to do anything with a government agency or, there's so many different, the government agency is kind of a classic example of that, but like there's so many different ways that this shows up. But most people in the world are like really have a sense that they have to defend themselves and defend for themselves rather and like that's the starting point. The starting point is like I've got to actually preserve me, my body, my being, and move out in the world in such a way that I make sure that I take care of myself and my family or whatever. And so we create business from that space. We create so many things from that space. We try to create our bodies from that space. We create our relationships from that space. And it completely like obliterates our capacity to have oneness, to have relaxation, to have communion, to have consciousness. And that is, the irony of that is that when you function from consciousness, from oneness, from relaxation, all of life actually does come with ease and joy and glory. That's the mantra of Access Consciousness. And it might sound sort of fluffy, but it actually is how things begin to show up. When you use the mantra, you start to live it and be it, and also allow yourself to be in creation, like for something, for a greater ask, that isn't about the preservation of you against the world, like how hard it is to create business or how hard it is to create money. If that's your starting point, that's absolutely what will show up. And you will have to use the pressure to push against that difficulty to create it. Or the pressure to push against other people to preserve you or to make sure that you get what you desire, require. And when we relax and when we embrace this space of ease, joy, and glory, when we let go of the pressure and we let go of the push, there is so much that becomes available from that space. And one of the things that is interesting about it is that, I think so many people are asking for relaxation, desiring relaxation, wanting to choose that. But what I've seen is that when it shows up, when there's a space of relaxation in my world that's greater than it's been before, that can oftentimes feel so strange and so bizarre and so disconcerting in a way. And it's sort of ironic, because we think of relaxation as like, but it's actually kind of confronting, because all of those structures we've used to push against in order to create, they start to dissipate, they start to go away, and what's left is actually choice. And and this is something that I personally have been learning how to create from choice, and that choice is what creates, for a long time. And it's still something that it blows me away every day. I get to greater awarenesses and I'm like, wow, I didn't even have any sense of what choice actually was up until now. And so how do you change that? Well, there's so many things, there's so many ways to change it. And I think the first step in changing that pressure to push against is actually in being aware of it, seeing it as it starts to show up, as we're using it, and then asking ourselves, what else is possible? Asking the universe, what else is possible with this? And see if you can consciously get yourself to relax and shift your perspective that you're coming from, into an unexplored, uncharted space of ease, joy, and glory, and relaxation. And, I would say also, like, all of the tools of Access Consciousness contribute to the expansion of this. And those are in the bars class, Access Consciousness bars class, or having your bars run, which is an energetic process that people around the world can do. They hold points on your head and all kinds of things change. There's an immense amount of relaxation that occurs. And as well as the foundation class, which gives you 4 days worth of very dynamic tools. Business Done Different class. So, and it depends on where you're looking with this, like what area of your life, but there's an enormous amount of resources in Access Consciousness to create a different reality with this. So I invite you to start to explore. I'll continue to bring this and other related topics into my videos and my podcasts. If this was a contribution to you, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those things, all the things that you do to make the algorithm work for you. And thank you. Have a beautiful day.